Hold on just a minute. We'll be starting soon. Yes, Ashish, we'll be giving you time for filling in the Google form, so don't worry about that.
If you all can hear me well, just type yes in the chat box. Is there any voice echo or any disturbance of some sort? All right. Thank you for your cooperation. And please subscribe to our channel if you wish to participate or spectate quizzes like these. There will also be a final after this after some while, so you can also see the final on our channel.
Hi guys, so we'll be starting in around 5 minutes. So till then, we're waiting for a few more people to join. So till then, we'll request you to fill the form and fill the details like name, email, and all, and just be ready with it and check if there is issue with the form, etc. So you can let us know through the comments. And as it has been said, just a simple request, it's on YouTube, so please don't, you can ask for hints and all, but please don't let out the answer. It spoils the fun for everyone. And so just you can ask for hints, but don't type answers or anything. So So guys, I'll be starting sharing the quiz now. Once it's up, you can just press on the chat box yes if you can see the screen and all that. So good afternoon to everyone. So I'm the host Aabhaas and I'll be hosting the quiz. So yeah, let's start the share. Can you confirm if you can see the share on screen? Okay. Give me a minute. It, give us a minute, guys. We're just fixing it. Give us a minute.
It has been added to screen. Now you can. Now can everyone see the presentation?
Yeah, I think so. The presentation is up. So
Yes, it is up.
so we okay, fair enough. So we'll be starting. So yeah, let's start. So yeah, hi guys, welcome to the Relativity Sci-tech quiz prelims. So this is conducted for Qsoc VIT Pune. So firstly, we'll start with thanking our sponsors, Orangewood, and they are having a lot of interns and job opportunities. So you can just check in the form for all that. So yeah, moving on to the acknowledgement. So firstly, Qsoc VIT Pune for helping me conduct the event, and to the guinea pigs, Piyush, Srihari, and Amartya for a lot of valuable feedback and guinea pigging and all. And last but not least, all the participants who are coming and spending time to attend the quiz. So yeah, let's quickly go to the rules. It's a 20 questions, nice and simple quiz. 1 point for each correct answers, no negative. Questions 11 to 15 are tiebreakers. Questions 16 to 20 are 2 pointers. So 2 point each. So total 25 points to be scored. Blanks are indicative everywhere. Bolded parts are the major hints in each question. Question numbers and certain text helps in the questions too. So in a lot of questions, question number will be a lateral hint. There's some words, the sometimes quoted words, sometimes not quoted words, but there are subtle hints. So look at the framings and all carefully. And most of the questions, like as we had said in the beginning, most of the questions are general questions. So everything has a science or a tech connect, but most questions are general questions you can find in any general quiz. So I've tried to keep the quiz that way. Hope that's fun. So think simple and don't overthink. Every answer will be something that most, if not all of you know. So don't think of the simpler answer if you are confused between two. Top 8 teams, rather top 8 individuals in the finals. So with that, I think rules are up. Yeah. So I think forms and etc. are ready, and we'll be just starting in 1 minute. So it's 12:15. We are starting. So last advice: just enjoy. It's a nice and simple quiz. Just have fun. Question number 1. Let's begin. Question number 1. So it's a quiz for a college in Pune. So first question on Pune. The full chemical name of this product, the most well-known of a Pune-based company, has different parts referencing important information about it. Example, there's a ox in the name referencing a famous European education institute. So the name of the chemical compound begins with CH, and the CH represents the natural source of the effective component, the main component of the product. So which product, very well known, used by many of us here, is this? Which product? And second part, what does the CH represent? And the word has an added quizzing connection too. So two parts, 0.5 each. Which product is this? And second part, what does CH represent? So look at all the information given. It's a Pune-based company. Look at the name, the educational institution, Zox. And first, if you can figure out which product, very much in used all over India. Then the second part, think what can CH be? And the term has a quizzing connection. Something quizzers would know. So two simple words, simple answers. Nice and simple way to start the quiz, I feel. So just write by separating with a comma. Should be fine. So yeah, product and CH. So we go to question number 2. Dash Dash is one of the episodes of the American version of The Office, the famous TV show, very nice show. In this episode, the entire team of Dunder Mifflin keeps moving to different places to attend calls, to attract customers, and sell more paper. Interestingly, the name of the episode, while aptly describing this scenario that they are moving and they are selling more paper, is also the plural form of something all students of algorithms and operations will be familiar with. And in the context they will be familiar with is the context of optimization. So either give me what is the name of the episode, or give me what is the what is the algorithm and operation wala context. So if it is like Indian cricketer, you can give me Indian cricketer, you can give me Indian cricketers. Any of that works. Like singular form, plural form, anything works. So look at the bolded parts again. They are moving to different places. They are trying to sell more paper. And you have a context, that which context the people that things are familiar with. This should be a nice and simple answer that way. So we'll stay here for a while. Yeah, 2-worded name. Just write in the form. So yeah, we'll move on to question number 3. In cardiovascular dynamics, pressure differences in the form of cardiac output and the compliance of blood vessels creates blood flow. Thus, these quantities, pressure difference and blood flow, that is, share a proportional relationship, and greater pressure difference helps in overcoming the hindrance which is provided by the blood vessels. What is this relationship, this proportional relationship, called? And the name is due to being analogous to something from physics and something all of us know. All of us have studied in our school days. In our school physics days, and in engineering, if you are there, you would have studied more on it. But all of us have studied in our school physics. So look at what is happening. It's pressure differences, some kind of flow. There's a proportional relationship and they're overcoming a certain hindrance. So what is this called? A nice and simple answer. Something very famous from physics. So don't overthink on this. Just see what is this. See the bolded words. They are there to help. So what is the relationship called? What is the name? One or two keywords is more than enough. With that, we move to question number 4. So remember question number 3, this is a name from physics. Question number 4, yeah. Some guy is an American artist and the creator of children's picture books. So that is a context, like the first claim to fame of this guy. One of his book is titled Dash City. Someone in the field of tech named something after this book while he was reading the book to his children. And this guy believed that the name works perfectly in the context as it connects us to one another and it always works very fast and very seamlessly. So, what is the name of this book, or what ubiquitous name in tech did it inspire? So, look at the bold words. It's something in tech. It's something all of us know, and the context somehow laterally involves pictures, you can say, but more importantly, it's about connections, and it's about working fast and seamless. And you have the blank length also. So think simple, and what can this word be? What can this thing in tech be? Yeah. So again, it's so ubiquitous name, connecting, fast, seamless. Think of a simple answer. So we go to question number 5. So yeah, again we are back to the field of entertainment. This YouTube channel explains science by making parodies of popular songs. There are a lot of songs are there. There's Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, and a lot of scientific principles are there. So, in one video to explain the concept of molecules, they chose a famous 2017 song, which was apt in this context because the major part of the parody described about the structures of the different orbitals, which are orbitals you might remember S, P, D, and F. So, the song described how the structures of the different orbitals are different. So, this was the pretext of the song. So, which 2017 song is this? Which certainly didn't divide opinion when it was released. So, look at the text once. So, the bolded parts look at its 2017 song. So, you have a rough context. And this is about structures. So, think of other words which we can use for structures. And these are like you would have seen that S, P, D, and F have different dash. So think of what simple word can it be that directly gives you the song ka name, and the wording of the last line should help. The bolded line should help. 2017 song, different structures, and the last line. It certainly didn't divide opinion when it released. So which very, very famous song, broke a lot of records when it was released. So which famous song can you think of? So yeah, that was question 5. We need a song name. Question 6. A few years back, researchers discovered a new gene in the Drosophila genus of flies. Mutations in this gene result in the hair on the wing acquired certain patterns. The start of the show, this gene led to hair being formed as shown. I'll show an image. The gene is named after someone, a famous individual, and was coined as a reference to arguably his biggest claim to fame from the late 19th century. So, which very famous person is this gene named after? I'll show you an image. Let's go to the image. So, yeah. So, you can see what's happening. So, these are some kind of patterns. You can see these are some kind of circular patterns, the gene. So, when the discoverers found that, okay, these kind of patterns exist, so let's name it after this person because it's related to his famous works. So you can see, focus on these patterns, and I'll go back to the text once again. You have a timeline, very famous person, and the last line of the first para has a lateral hint. If you read it carefully, one word should definitely help you to the context. So to repeat, focus on the patterns, focus on the timeline, and the last line of the first para. Think of which very, very famous person can you think of? So 6, we need a person. We go to question number 7. Okay. So in the medieval times, the concept of a rainbow, as we know it, only had the colors red, yellow, green, blue, and violet. So Isaac Newton took inspiration from a favorite pastime of his, very common pastime even today, and added two colors, indigo and orange, to the rainbow. This contribution was instrumental in how we know the basic concept of rainbow we know today. So I don't need what change, like I've given you what change he meant. So what about that pastime? What simple thing or what distinct thing about that pastime inspired Newton to add these colors? So look at everything in the question. Look at what they were there. What is happening in an essence. Look at everything in the question. And this is a pastime. Even olden times, this used to be a pastime of people. Even now, this used to be a pastime of many people, including, I think, many of you here. And there's a word bolded in the second para. So think of what can this be. I don't need the pastime. I need what about it. And that thing is very, very common and kind of simple, you can say. But what about that pastime made him change? Ki nahi, nahi, nahi. We should add these two. And if it helps, he could have added any two random colors. But the fact that he added two colors, that should be helpful. So think simple, don't overthink. Look at the bold words and what inspired Newton to add these colors. So that was question number 7. We go to question number 8. So just a hat tip to my employer. Qualcomm Technologies recently came up with a strategic partnership with a very historic entity this year, with a deal extending to technology-driven solutions as well as sponsorship. This entity has recently galloped to success in its field after a long gap of nearly 3 years, and this has made the lovers of this entity hysteric. Which entity, which very famous entity, did Qualcomm team up with? So look at the bold parts. Look at this. Yeah, basically look at the bold parts. Very, very famous and very, very historic entity in its field. And yeah, just focus on the bold words. That should lead you directly to the answer. Very, very famous entity. So yeah, so which entity did Qualcomm team up with? So that was question number 8. We now move to question number 9. Air pollution from extreme dust, smoking, and other related activities has been a known cause of birth of underweight babies. As an extension to all this, a research report at Journal of the American Medical Association tracked a group of women in a certain neighborhood. And that neighborhood, these women had become pregnant sometime in the beginning of this century. So they were researching that, okay, does air pollution affect this cause also? They found that the study holds even for this kind of air pollution. So what specifically caused this air pollution? So I think the bolded part should help. This is some kind of air pollution. This is in America, in a specific place in America. This is the beginning of the century. Think the first thing that comes to your mind, rather, by seeing this question. So yeah, what was the cause of this air pollution that caused all these pregnancy issues? So we go to halfway down, question number 10. Yeah, this is probably my favorite question of the prelims. In semantic analysis, the affective meaning of the word means the emotional aspect generated in the individual on hearing a particular word. A recent study analyzed this phenomenon in detail as to how the utterance of a word can generate extreme fear in some people and no reaction in some other people. The researchers took an example from literature and entertainment to describe this, how one word ka utterance generates fear, and also some people are like chill, no, we don't have any fear. But most people, it generates fear. So they were analyzing that how same word can have different impact on different people. So what or who was used in an example? Someone, quote unquote, known to all of you. So look at the context, look at its literature, entertainment, and look at the last line, the word in quote, and think of what famous what famous thing can it be? Or who, like rather not thing, who can it be from the world of literature and entertainment? It's utterance of word, it's extreme fear, and known to all of you. The wording definitely should help. So yeah, so we go to question number 10 is done. So who or what was used? Like, go to 11. According to the website selling this particular formulation, it is specifically designed to regulate the entry and flow phase of a menstrual cycle. It is highly beneficial that it immediately prepared a woman for the opening of the dash of life. The company also claims to lessen the menstrual pain and calm them down. So that being the keyword, calm them down. What is the three-worded title of the formulation, best known to all of us as a location which became famous a little more than half a century ago? So the key things to focus here is some kind of flow phase. You have a blank size for one of the three words. You have a blank size. And the most important word I'll say is calm them down. Think of other words that fit. It's a three-worded title. You have a timeline, some kind of a location, and the question is very appropriately placed. So as I had mentioned, so the question number being helpful, this is one of the questions, but the question number is definitely helpful. So yeah, look at everything in the. So I don't need any context or anything. I need the three-worded title. So just this. So yeah, what is the three-worded title of this thing? Sure. Question 12. An article in Nature magazine described the impact of the writings of this 19th to 20th century author individual, just that's a typo, 19th to 20th century author, and the impact of his writings on the world of science. The article talked about how, even though these technologies as espoused in his writings became a reality, the fact that he conceived these ideas is hidden from a lot of people. That okay, these things have become real, but the fact that okay, his idea, his brainchild it was, many people don't know, and it's hidden from people. The article was aptly titled dash 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 of science. What name from 1897, very very famous name that all of you know, forms the title of the article? And the first word is an article here of the three words, like the first word being A, an, or B. So you have author, very famous author, and look at the bolded parts in the last line of first para. Look at the blank lens. So what three-worded title again? And it's a name from 1897, but very, very, very known to all of you. So yeah. So what is this? That was question number 12. Let's move to question number 13. Last year, an American company hired a professor of ecology and evolutionary biology for a certain purpose. This is last year sometime. His task was to help the company answer questions about biodiversity regarding a certain geographical region. One of the areas, they did a lot of areas, but one of the areas that they analyzed as part of the job was the Amazon forest. So that gives you a rough geography, which part of the world Amazon forest is. So that gives you a rough geography. Don't go too exact, but roughly. So though hectic, the task left him enchanted and raring to work again with this company. So what was the job all about? So this is a very famous American company. They're trying to analyze biodiversity for certain purpose, or you can say for a certain project. And one of the areas is Amazon forests. So that gives you a rough geography. And the biggest hint I'll say is read the second para. Read the second para for a very big clue to the answer. So just give me what is the context for which all these research was happening. Okay, so what context? Read the bold parts, read the second para, and that should be it. So there is question number 13. Question number 14. This is a still from the famous painting Botticelli's Birth of Venus. So what in the modern world familiar to all of us from elementary biology, like if to specific, which we have studied, one of the first things that we have studied in biology. So what in the modern world gets its name from the lady in right? So I'll just show, if you can see there are two people, the left and the right. So look at the attire of this lady, look at the things around her, and think what in the modern world gets its name from this lady. That thing, that's a very, very common thing, very, very common thing, as common as it's get. And that thing we first studied in biology. All of us studied in primary biology. So what can this thing be? So look at her appearance, look at the things around her, and give me a nice answer. But yeah, most importantly, look at her appearance. And think very simple about the appearance. What's the first thing that strikes about the appearance? Then try to connect to something that you would have studied in biology. I don't need the name of the lady, anything, but yeah, the name that we know derives from this lady ka like Greek name, whatever. So that's question number 14. Last of the single pointers now. 15. This is a promotional text for a perfume by Givenchy. 4,000 years have passed and the mystery remains. Although every school child studies it, the familiar symbol still manages to hide an abyss of great complexity. If this is the story of if it is the story of the long irrational struggle to achieve the unattainable, it is also a portrait of the fabled conqueror in search of knowledge. So what is the very short name of the perfume? So look at the bolded parts. It's talking about some familiar symbol, something about long irrational struggle to achieve the attainable. It's whatever this is, being everyone studies it in school, but there's a lot of complexity also, some kind of struggle to achieve the unattainable, and it also shows that okay, you can keep learning. Like symbolically, it shows that you can keep learning. So what is the very short name of this perfume? Very, very short name of this perfume. So just look at the bold parts. Think what name connects, what name fits all the hints. Yeah, so that's the single pointer end. So 16 to 20, if you have seen in the form, you will have 2A, B. Just please write in that order. It will help us correcting. So yeah, 16, we're starting. This tech company is clearly inspired by certain insects with the name of the company, a direct homage to it. The founder took the name because she liked the social structures of these insect colonies, and she also liked the fact that such colonies are very respectful, like very ordered, etc. This insect also inspired the USP of this product, like unique aspect of the product of this company, as compared to more fiery competitors. Like, so you have a rough idea or rough hint, you can say, about what competitors it can be. So which tech company is this? That gives you 1 point. What aspects of the company's product was inspired by the social structures of these insects? So some USP of this company's product in its market segment, and that is the second, we do this, and that is inspired by the social structures of these insects, which also give the name to the company. So 2 parts, 1 each. Company ke liye 1 part, and what, like, for that, just explain in 1 or 2 words. That is more than, I think 2 words is more than enough. And the competitor, the hint about the competitor also should help. Very, very famous company. Many of you probably would have used, or probably not, but yeah, all of you would know what company and product is. So 2 parts, company and what aspect of the product. So question number 16 is this. Question number 17. In the 30s, a citrus grower was facing issues in determining the quality of lemons plucked from the local orchards. In response, the first ever electronic method for determination of something was invented. The original concept, like determination of what concept is, developed by a Scandinavian chemist, took place in a laboratory of a company, probably the best in the world in its field. Which concept or which measure from science is this? 1 point. And which company is being talked about here? So you have hints for both parts. You first para gives you the hint for the first part. What concept of measure can it be? It's about citrus growing. It's about quality. Very basic concept. And the second part, you have the geography, you can say, and read the second para carefully. That should directly lead you to the company name. Very, very famous company. So what concept or measure? And which company? Which Scandinavian company? So yeah, just will. Yeah. So 2 parts, one each. So we go to question number 18. This area in California, most famous for having the headquarters of a company. This area gets its name because the entity in the image I'll show can be clearly seen from here. So this area gets its name because some entity I'll show that can be clearly seen from him here. That gives the name of the area. When this company, found in the late 90s, was expanding, it needed great programmers and it also needed to target them via their ads. They're recruiting, so yeah, you need to target. So they figured out a very novel approach and used certain complex technology concepts like TLB shoot down, lock free synchronization. So you don't need to know any of this. The fact that this is like certain very complex technology concepts, they figured out certain terms, and their logic was that people who were interested in such deep terms were automatically the top crowd and they should target. So their funda was ki, acha, we'll find out people who are interested in this and we'll just target them. So which location is this? So I'll show you an image for that. Which location is this? And what did this company use in this approach? A very simple answer. You can like explain the whole story, but 2 words, simple 2 keywords will be for the second part. So I'll show an image. This is an image. So this entity, the central entity, this. So look at this entity. Just think you have this entity, and the fact that this entity can be clearly seen from here, so that gives the name, that gives 1 point, like what location in California. Second part, you have a rough timeline. It's a tech company, obviously, very as top as it gets, and they wanted to find out people who are interested in such deep terms, and using a very simple approach, they found out this very simple and very apt approach. They found out that these people are interested in knowing more about these things. So what can it be? Simple 2-word answer for the second part. And first part, yeah, which location? Because the entity can be clearly seen. So 2 parts, location, and what did they use? 2-worded answer. Question number 19. This American company, known best to us in the field of acoustics, and it's eponymous, it's named after the eponymous founder, has been the de facto industry standard in its field for more than half a century now. In the last few years, they have also expanded to visual technologies, which with improved brightness, color, and contrast. The first usage of this technology in India, so in the visual context, the first use of the technology in India was for something dubbed by many media outlets as terrific. Which company is this? Acoustics, named after eponymous founder, and now expanding to visual and all that. So that is the one part. Where in India was this technology used recently? So the first part, you can look at the acoustics and eponymous and all that. And second part, look at the second para. Just look at the bolded words in the second para. That should give you the answer. Just look at the bolded words. That should directly give you the answer. Yeah, someone, I'll show the image again just for 18. Just quickly, I'll just show this is the image, this is the entity I was looking for. And 19, yeah. So which company and where in India was this technology used recently? So two parts, one each. And the last question. In 2007, scientists in India were researching on tree frogs and found that the pads on their feet have a sticky coating. Among the application of this coating is one that could revolutionize a certain field by making certain products for a subset of professionals. And that could help these professionals in reducing errors in their jobs. The errors is caused due to improper equipment. So the funda is that, okay, we'll inspire, this is bio inspiration, we'll provide you these products and your errors will not be there. And it is probably not a coincidence that all this was happening when a famous individual in all this field rose to an important position, making the country proud, which is achievements for the nation. What are the specific objects being talked about? So, like for the first part, I'll need the subset of the individuals, and I'll need what is this. So, for example, if the superset is doctors, so the subset can be surgeons. So, this is like surgical masks. So, that kind of answer I need. Surgeon ka mask. So, that's one part. Second part, who is this person? So all the bolded words will definitely help you. What additional, I'll just explain why I put it the last question, because today is a very apt day to ask a question about this person. So that was the whole fun of asking this as the last question. Today is the very apt day to ask about this person. So
Abbas, can you just repeat the question once, because of the screen alignment I wasn't able to show it properly.
wait, which question?
Question 20. Question 20.
Yeah, can you see it now? Can you guys see
Yes,
it?
yes.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is
I'll just
visible now.
repeat the text. In this is 2007, scientists were researching on tree frogs, and they found that pads on their feet have a sticky coating. One of the applications was to make certain products for a subset of professionals that would improve, they would reduce errors in their job. The errors are caused by improper equipment on all. And all this was happening when a famous individual in this field rose to a very important position, making the country proud. So what are the specific objects? So as I said, if the superset would be doctors, then the subset would be, say, surgeons. So the answer can be surgeon ka masks. So you could just give me surgical masks. So that kind of an answer I need. Second part, who is this person? And as I said, today is a very apt day to ask a question on this person. Very, very apt day to ask a question on this person. So two parts, one each. So we'll stay for 5-10 more seconds and then I'll do a quick read-in. So in the rerun, you can, after the rerun will be closing in like 2 minutes, after the rerun, 1 or 2 minutes. So just ensure that form is filled. Don't mess up the numbering. Just check your name, details and all that. So yeah, two parts will do Shuru say rerun. Yeah, the first question, it's a Pune based company ka. It's a very, very known product. And there's a, you can say Ox, famous European Education Institute, all that helps. So the name of the chemical name of the product has CH, which refers to the source from where the effective part is taken. So which product is this? And what does the CH represent? That also represents the source also, you can say, and that has a quizzing connection. Like quizzers would also know the term very well. So 0.5 is, this is the only question where 0.5 is there. So yeah, and all the bolded parts, Pune based and education institute, all should help. Second part, dash, 2 words. It's from the office. They keep moving to different places. They are trying to sell more paper. And it is the plural form of something from algorithms and operations. And this is known in a context of optimizations. So what can this thing be? 2 words. Third question, cardiovascular dynamics mein, this is pressure differences is causing blood flow, and it's a proportional relationship, and the more it is, the more hindrance you can avoid. So what is this relationship called? Because it's something fully analogous to the world of physics. So what name from the world of physics you can say is called for this? Question number 4, it's about some tech name in tech that's named after this. You have a blank size, and the name is apt because connecting to one another, and it gives a feel of speed and seamlessness. So what ubiquitous name? 5, This is a YouTube channel. So this is a famous 2017 song, and this is apt because it describes the structures of the difference in structures of the different orbitals. So which 2017 song, which certainly didn't divide opinion when it was released. So think of other words you can fit for structures. Look at other things in the question. Just give a famous song as well. Question number 6, Drosophila genus ka. This is named after a person because these are certain patterns, and you have this gene being the star of the show. And this is from the late 19th century. So which person is the gene named after? The image. So this is these images you should focus on. So just going back again, late 19th century, it's a person named after some patterns. So like it gets its name because the patterns are resembling something, you can say. So which person gives its name to this? 7, the rainbow only had these colors. Newton added 2 colors inspired by a favorite pastime of his. This contribution was instrumental in how we know the rainbow today. So what about the pastime inspired Newton to add these colors? That's question number 7. Question number 8, Qualcomm partnering with a certain historic entity this year, and the entity had recently galloped to success in history after long back, and lovers are very happy. A lot of lovers are very happy all over the internet that okay, this entity is doing good now. So which entity did Qualcomm team up with? Question number 9, it's air pollution about underwater babies. So this is happening in Journal of the American Medical Association. It's a specific neighborhood, like specific area, and there's a timeline given beginning of the century. And so they were analyzing the effect of this kind of air pollution. So what was the cause of that air pollution? A few keywords, rather one keyword also, probably 1 or 2 keywords. Simple, well-known answer. Question number 10, this is about semantic analysis. It's about emotional aspect generated in an individual on hearing a particular word. They were analyzing that, okay, the same word has extreme fear in some people and no reaction in other people. So they took an example from literature and entertainment. So what or who was used in this example? Someone known to all of you. So what or who is this? Question number 11. So this formulation is to regulate the entry and flow phase of a menstrual cycle. So you have a blank size for one of the words, and they're calming them down. So what is the 3-worded title? Best known to us is a location which became famous a little more than half a century ago. Yeah. Question number 12, 19th-20th century author. And this focus on the fact that he conceived these ideas, and this fact is hidden from people. So what 3-worded name is this? And the first word being an article. Question number 13, it's an American company. They're talking about biodiversity, one of the regions being Amazon. And though hectic, the task selective enchanted and ready to work again with the company. He wants to work further in future projects also. So what specifically was it about? So just the context is enough. Just giving a context is enough. 14, again I'll say this is from Birth of Venus. So what in the modern world, familiar in elementary biology, one of the first things that we study in biology, gets its name from the Dean Wright. So look at her appearance, look at the things around her, and give what name that we best know from biology. "15", it's a perfume by Givenchy. So they talk about this being a familiar symbol. It's about long irrational struggle to achieve the unattainable. So what is the very short name of the perfume? And the 2 pointers. So first is a tech company inspired by certain insects, and she liked the social structures, respectful, all that. Second part is the unique aspect of the product is like inspired by the social structures, and it's compared to more fiery competitors, let's say. So which company, what aspect? 17, it's a citrus grower determining the quality of lemons. And so the electronic version of some concept or measure. So that gives the first part. Second part, it's Scandinavian. It's a best known, like probably the best in the world in its field. So which concept or measure of which company? So one each. Second part, area in California, headquarters of a company. Because the entity in the image, as I showed, I'll show the image again, can be clearly seen from here. So that is the first part done, the area. Second part, you have a timeline, it needed great programmers, and they wanted to target the people who are interested in these kind of tough technology. So what did they use, or rather, how they gauge the interest of people? And two-word answer is enough. Two very simple word answer is enough. And this is the entity. So the entity can be clearly seen. So that gives one part. Second part, what did they use? 19, American company, acoustics, eponymous founder, very, very leader in this field. And recently they have expanded to visual technology also. And that visual technology ka first example in India. So foreign mates there, but first example in India was very recent and dubbed by many media outlets as terrific. So look at the bolded parts and what are the two parts of this answer? Company and what context? And 20th, this is happening in 2007. The pads on a feet have a sticky coating. This is for a products of a subset of professionals to reduce errors in their jobs. And this was happening roughly in the time when someone rose to an important position and making the country proud with their achievements. So what specific objects, the subset and the object? So 1 point, who is this person? And as I said, this is a very apt question to end the quiz with because the quiz is happening today. So yeah, guys, sending please start filling the form. We'll
So we'll be closing the form in exactly 1.5 minutes. So till 12:59 you have time to fill the form. So do it ASAP.
So guys, just stay on the call. We'll just discuss the answer. Is it ready to? Is the form? When are you closing? Just give me a heads up when you are closing.
Yeah, we'll start in a minute at 1.
Yeah.
So before we start, I want to request you all to subscribe and like this stream, and obviously subscribe our channel, because we will be having these quizzes, like these online quizzes, especially on YouTube. So we will keep you updated on YouTube for participation as well as spectating.
Yeah, so the form is closed. The form is closed, guys. So yeah, we'll start. So just those in the call, just put the answers in the chat. So yeah, so answers follow. So question number 1, guys, just put the answer in the chat.
Abbas, if possible, if you want, you can close the slideshow, so you'll be also able to view the chat box in the StreamYard link.
Yeah, I can see in YouTube. Like I can see from my mobile.
Okay, it's fine, fine.
Yeah, guys, you can write it on the chat. I think there's a lag. Uh, okay, we'll just. Yeah, the second part is chimpanzees. Good job, Ujjwal. What can the first part be? Pune based recently, and the name has ox in it. Very decent. So the second part is indeed chimpanzee. I'll just show. So this is the how chimpanzee poop is helping the COVID vaccine. So this is Covishield. So Covishield is by Poonawala's company serum. So if you see the name of Covishield full, so that has CHADOX. OX being Oxford, it's an Oxford vaccine. So the CH comes from chimpanzee, it's taken from chimpanzee poop. So half point for Covishield, or if you have written Oxford vaccine, that will give half points. Half point for chimp or chimpanzee. So good guesses in the on the YouTube chat. Second question, guys. So what is this world of optimization and all that? So this is moving to different places. So yeah, again, Ujjwal, a good answer by Ujjwal. This is indeed traveling salesman. So you might like, and if you are from computer science or you have studied or these things, so this is indeed like there's a traveling salesman problem in optimization, and the name of this episode is traveling salesmen because they are selling paper, they are salesmen, they are traveling. So this is a traveling salesman. So this is the connection of office to tech. Question number 3. This is pressure differences causing the flow, a proportional relationship, and hindrance. So, what simple name from physics connects all this? Very simple, very elementary physics. Not very elementary, but yeah, school level physics. So yeah, so I see the answer. This is indeed Ohm's law. So this is how Ohm's law is applied to blood flow. So if you remember Ohm's law, this is del V by R. Current flow is caused by difference in voltages by resistance. So if you see the question again, this is causing pressure difference, causing the blood flow, and this is hindrance. So hindrance being like you can say hindrance was the word for resistance. So this is Ohm's law. So points for Ohm's law. So this is like the whole paper is the how Ohm's law is applied to blood flow and all that. So now question number 4. So this is fast connection, very ubiquitous name now. And you have a blank length. What can it be? Yeah. So Ujjwal again. So this is indeed how Zoom got its name. So he was reading the book Zoom City. So Zoom City is about pictures. So videos are, you can say, reference to pictures. And if you see how Zoom is connecting us and you're working fast, Zoom gives the feel that it's fast zooming around. So as you use in English. So the word Zoom. So points for getting Zoom. Question number 5. Which 2017 song, different structures, and didn't divide opinion? Which very famous 2017 song? So let's look at the video. I think I have a video.
The dot isn't the best way to try to sum up how electrons come and go. They are the states of a matter field that follows an equation, the direct row. The Schrodinger part of the whole equation will just lead and sub-C when it expands. Now get the cool off and add it in with the proton and watch them start to dance inside a minute cycle proton. I feel your touch, central potential, dip down pulling on me, but I'm not falling in deep. Know that would break uncertainty. Say, oh, electrons move too much. Slow down your pace and put that orbit on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Orbitals take the shape they do. The stable states of the quantum rules. And when I wanna approach
So just moving now. So I think the context was there. So this is indeed shape of you. So shape of you, the album is divide. So that was the hint for the divide. So they're talking about orbitals ka shape and all. So shape of you gives you 1 point. This question, Drosophila. So these are patterns, and the late 19th century. Which person is the gene named after? So this kind of circular patterns, let's say. And there's another word in the last para. Yeah. So as this is indeed Van Gogh. So if you see the last para ka first word, the star of the show. So that's for Starry Night. And these are like the swirling patterns in Starry Night. So this is called Van Gogh. So Van Gogh or Starry Night. If you have written Van Gogh, you have written Starry Night. Anything gives 1 point. So yeah. So this is named after Van Gogh, or even Starry Night gets 1 point. So this is question number 7 now. So the rainbow only had these colors. What about the pastime inspired Newton to add these 2 colors? Very basic thing. Why Newton? Basically, the funda is why we know Newton. So there were. So yeah, that's everyone get it. This is how music's role in determining rainbow. So basically, Newton was a big fan of music, as you can see from this research paper. And music, so musical, the do, re, mi, fa, or even sa, re, ga, ma has the 7 notes. So rainbow mein initially there were 5 colors. He thought ki nahi, it's music. So music is like light. So let me make it equal. So 5 and 2 added 7. So anything to do with 7 notes of music. And this is, again, if you notice, this is question number 7 notes. So anything to do with musical notes, 7 notes, musical scale, do, re, mi, everything gets points. That is fine. Sa, re, ga, ma also, if someone has written, gets points. Not a big deal. Question number 8. So who did Qualcomm partner with? Historic, technology driven, galloped to success in its field after a long gap. People were very sad with this gap, but then yeah, now people are happy again. So yeah. So this is indeed Ferrari. This is, if you have followed recent the Formula 1 series, Ferrari won the first race. This is the first race after like 3 years. So this is indeed Ferrari. So the galloping is a reference to the horse in itself, and driven refers to the F1 car thing. So Ferrari gives you 1 point. So welcome this team. If you have seen the jerseys of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, they have the Snapdragon logo. So that was the sponsorship bit. So question number 9, air pollution, American neighborhood, beginning of the century. What is the cause of this air pollution? As simple as that. This is indeed 9/11 debris. Anything to do with 9/11 will give you a point. So just 9/11 is enough for the answer. So they were analyzing कि normal pollution से तो होता ही है. Let's see if 9/11 से भी like this debris से होता है कि नहीं. So 9/11, and this is question number 9. So that gives you points. This 10th is probably my favorite. So what is this example? Like who? Utterance of a word causing fear in most people, but not causing fear in some people. So what is this about? Which word or who, what? And someone known to all of you. So is this? So yeah, exactly. The funda being Lord Voldemort's name not being taken in whatever. So you know who was the reference to someone known to all of you. So Voldemort gives you 1 point. So they gave this whole example that when you speak Voldemort, most people are afraid, but people like Dumbledore or people like Harry, they are not afraid. So that's why then again the whole research was, but Voldemort was taken. So that gives you a point. Yeah, question number 11. It's flow, phase, calm down, half a century ago, 3 words. And the question number. What name connects? Flow, calm, 3 words, and roughly a half a century ago. Yeah, this is indeed Sea of Tranquility. So if you remember the Apollo 11, the NASA's the vessel when it landed, so that landed in Sea of Tranquility. So the flow refers to sea, calm refers to tranquility. So this is being Sea of Tranquility. And question number 11, Apollo 11 ka reference. So yeah, Sea of Tranquility gives you points. Yeah, question number 12, authored and hidden from people. What 3-worded name? The dash 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 of science. What 3-worded name forms the title? Yeah, this is indeed the invisible man of science. So they were talking about H.G. Wells, how H.G. Wells people know all these things tech, but people don't know H.G. Wells did it. So they very aptly named it the invisible man of science because, well, H.G. Wells wrote Invisible Man. So invisible man gives you 1 point. 13, American company biodiversity happening in Amazon. So what was this job all about? So what was it? So yeah, it's not Pixar. So this is indeed, if you read the last line of the question, the task left him enchanted, and enchanted, the words for Spanish is encanto. So this is indeed Encanto. So this is indeed the South American, Amazon is in South America. So this guy was researching all the biodiversity in South America to create all the visuals for Encanto. So Encanto gives you 1 point. That was the enchanted reference. So this is indeed how in like Disney went full research here to find out what happens in Colombia and all that. So Encanto gives 1 point. This is from Birth of Venus. What name we know from biology gets its name from here? So what very basic level biology that we all know. So if you noted carefully, this lady is wearing a green dress and there are a lot of leaves around her. So this is the lady chlorophyll. This is the lady chloris, which gives its name to chlorophyll. So this is chlorophyll. So if you see, the green part and the leaves. So chlorophyll, as we know, gives all the green things. So chlorophyll gives you 1 point for this. Question number 15. What is this? Familiar symbol, long irrational struggle. What is the very short name? Should be a simple, straightforward answer. What's the very short name of the perfume? Yeah, so familiar symbol, people have studied, but still not attained the full thing. Long and irrational. What else but pi? So spelling mistakes is fine. Pi, pie, kuch bhi chalega. But yeah, so pi, they named it after pi. They fully made this the very apt, I found at least, ki pi ka whole history they gave behind this perfume. So yeah, question number 16. Tech companies, so which insects, social structure, and what unique aspect compared to more, in fact, fiery competitors? Yeah. So Akshay, I see the answer is given. So this ended Bumble, named from bumblebees or bumbling, etc. That's the first part. And second part, if you know about bees structures, so women make the first move in Bumble. So as long you have woman centric or women make the first move, that's one part. So since women are the queen bees and all that, so and the fiery being Tinder, of course. So that's why women. This is the reason why women make the first move in Bumble, because bees ka logo. So 1 part for Bumble, 1 part for woman first move. This one, citrus, 17 citrus, quality, determination. That should be the first part. Second part, Scandinavian, and second line. So what concept or measure? Yeah, this pH is correct, but this is not Bell Labs. So this is Scandinavia, and if you see the line, probably the best in the world. So which company leads you? Yeah, Shubhankar, that I think I see the answer. This is indeed pH, and this is indeed Carlsberg. All this happened in Carlsberg collab. So if you have seen ads by Carlsberg, especially in UEFA Champions League, so they had probably the best in the world, probably the best match in the world. So that's why the hint was there for probably the best in the world. Like that's the tagline. So 1 point for pH, 1 point for Carlsberg. And pH, of course, because citrus and all that. So yeah, this question number 18. Which area in California gets its name from the clear visibility? And what approach was this? So the approach, now I can say the approach involves the company, of course. Which area? So the area was the tougher part, I thought. But if you see, this is not Menlo Park. Yeah, so Ujjwal and Akshay get it. So if you see, this is the Santa Clara Mountains. So this area, say you could clearly see the Santa Clara Mountains, or rather you had a clear view of the mountains. So this is indeed Mountain View. And if you know, Mountain View is the headquarters of Google. So when Google started out, they had to find, like they had to target the ads. So they thought, okay, how do we find all these tough people? So they just simply, they had the database from Google search. They thought, okay, whoever is searching all these complex terms in Google search, that person has interest, usko le lete. So in just, I don't like, you would have given explanation, but as long you have Google and Google search, the Google and search, that gives you 1 point. So literally Google to recruit, they use their own technology. A Google search, jo log, these are finding all these tough terms, so they are good people. So let's hire them. So 1 point for Mountain View, 1 point for Google search. So yeah, question number 19. Acoustics. And second part, I think, was the easier one if you have read the question carefully. Second part, the answer was in a way there in the question itself. Yeah, this is not Bose, but yeah. So Ujjwal, I see the answer. So this is indeed Dolby. So if you know Dolby, like Dolby is known for sound, but last few years, Dolby is coming to cinema also. And the first usage of Dolby Cinema in India is the Rajamouli movie RRR. So as being RRR being a rage all over India. And if you see the question, so the word I had given is terrific. So that was not a typo. So that was like a genuine, you can say, hint. So RRR, like all the ads are making terrific or like whatever, all that double ad ko they are making triple ad. So RRR gives you 1, Dolby gives you 1. And last question, question number 20, an apt way to end the quiz because it's happening today. What are these objects and who is this person? So yeah, so Akshay gets it correct. So this is indeed wicket keeping gloves. That gives you 1 point. Second part being MS Dhoni. So today being apt because today is 2nd April, the anniversary of India's World Cup win. So that's why I thought, why not end the question with Dhoni and science? So the role kind of like, not exactly, but coincidentally that when Dhoni was coming, they were doing all this research. So with that, we come to the end of the quiz. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for stayed. So we'll check the prelim. We'll start roughly around at 3. And we'll be putting those who don't qualify will anyway put the link in YouTube. So I hope the final is much like the fundas are better. So I'll suggest you guys like stay in the group and we'll put the link and to watch the finals. So yeah, so we'll put the details on. But yeah, you can put in comment like you liked it, like the feedback, etc. You can give in the group. But yeah, feedback. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And yeah, thanks a lot. We'll be stopping it now. So see you.
It was a great set. Thank you. Thank you for making this quiz for us. It was like I enjoyed it a lot while streaming.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, bye bye.